just use the mobile app and generate an e-token. All you have to do is to just log on the app. You click on Express Cash. Then you select ATM. From there now you select Generate e-token. Then you select the account you want the money to come from. From there you select the currency that you want. If they're Liberian dollars or US dollars. Then you put in the amount that you want, whether $10 or $20, you put it in and you generate your e-token. It's simple, like 8 numbers that will come to you. When you get that number, just go to any ATM there. All you have to do is to just select the See Express Cash on the ATM now. The place where you're supposed to put your ATM pin, that way you pull that 8 number. Then it will ask you for the amount. That money where you generated, that money will come or the ATM will pay you.
So simple. Ego Binance for me again. I will always make use of the Express service big time. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
For the sweetest, purest, and most natural honey in Liberia? Then look no further than Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey, produced right in the heart of Neighbor County. No chemicals, no additives, just real natural honey straight from the hive to your table. It's the taste of nature. Once you try it, you will never go back. Want to start your own honey farm and see results in less than 6 months? Then contact Gabriel C. Gwen today. Call 0776-596-623 or 0886-596-623. Gabriel C. Gwe Natural Honey can be found on Link Street in Omesha, right opposite the Ministry of Public Works. Gabriel C. Gwe Natural Honey. Taste it and be the judge.
Long-lasting partnership, yeah. Sustain the peace, unify economic growth. It's a give and take situation. We cooperate for your creation, yeah. EU-LIB connection, partnership for transformation. EU-LIB connection, partnership for transformation. EU-LIB connection, partnership for transformation. EU-LIB connection, partnership for transformation.
Talking about unity and supporting one another. Talking about partnership and how we all can prosper. Good governance is what we stand for. Human rights is what we stand for. Reconciliation and infinity. Management of natural resources. Not forgetting human resources. Rule of law, govern well, and regional security for all of us. LIBU partnership.
EU-LIB connection, partnership for transformation. EU-LIB connection, partnership for transformation. EU-LIB connection, partnership for transformation. EU-LIB connection.
Y'all pay attention, all of us that can use the road. If you're driving or using motorbike or even keke, if you're in a city or even on a highway, it's very important to know the rules of driving, the simple rules that can keep all of us safe. You must always wear your seatbelt. Back rider, you and the person behind you must always wear your helmet. And rather, don't forget your reflective jacket. Speeding is general good because your life and that of the loved one may be inside too. Don't speed, even if you're in a city or on a highway. Don't drink or take in any substance before driving. So if you drink alcohol, don't drive. Or if that you driving, don't drink. Don't overload the car. It can lead to serious accident. Look for the red light and stop sign. Don't be close behind the other car on the road. Always stay far behind the car in front of you. It will give you more time to know what thing to do. If the car in front of you just stop jelly down. Always show the signal sign so the other driver then can know what thing you want to do. No texting, no calling, no setting the radio while driving. Keep your eyes on the road and your hands on the wheel. All the thing here will look simple, but it can change in no time when you're not paying attention. Drive safe, be focused, and respect the rules of the road.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Transport with funding from the National Road Fund of Liberia. Thanks for watching.
Hey, my girl, Teta, I slam my car also.
The player I have first. I go carry my uncle car to Songa and Garage. The go put where or inside it. The whole car engine spot.
I the same thing happening to me. I go buy one recycle oil, I put it in my keke. Since then my keke just smoking Jera Mandingo Koba.
So my people, you're not here about Sunoco American oil. They have oil for everything. Whether that pen, Tesla, dump truck, Caterpillar, motorbike, Jeep, keke. Their products include Sunoco Auto Transmission Fluid. They have Global and they also have CVT. Sunoco Engine Oil Ultra Synthetic Blend 5W30 and 20. Sunoco 15W40 and C50 monograde for both gasoline and diesel. Sunoco 0W20 full synthetic engine oil. And our engine oil can even clean your engine set. Their oil can take you for 3 months, 4 months, and 12 months. They have long-lasting auto-light spark plugs. That one can take you up to 3 years, no wahala. They have now opened a sophisticated garage with well-trained mechanics for diagnostic testing and for electronic fault correction. They do all types of vehicle servicing. You want to change your oil, spare your car, weather your car, you want to fix the air condition.
So where is this place located?
River Street, AB Tubber Road. For order, contact Marketers Inc. 0880-535-508 or 0777-377-633. Make your engine happy. Use Sunoco oil. Got to make the change.
Your cars, generators, and other machines can last much longer when you use the right kind of petroleum products to power your engines. Sunek Group, located on Bushwood Island, is dealer and distributor of high-quality petroleum products across Liberia at available prices. At Sunek Group, we sell and distribute high-quality petrol, gas, and diesel fuel to fueling stations across the nation. Our highly trained, professional, and customer-friendly staff are always waiting and ready to serve you. We deliver your petroleum products to your destinations on time. No worries. Power your engines with the right kinds of petrol, oil, and gas today and save time and money. Come to Sunek Group, your one-stop distributor of high-quality petrol, oil, and gas. We are located in a BMC building opposite UBA Bank, just a block away from LPRC on Bushwood Island. For more information, call 0777-062-441 or 0886-473-164. Sunek Group, spinning the wheels of oil and gas in Africa.
Attention, attention, attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house is not a home, and a home is the one place where you should feel relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So, it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it. And soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Oh yes, sweet home for the love of a classy home. Good morning to all of you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to this edition of the OK Morning Rush right here on 99.5. Thanks to all of you for always joining us on the show in the morning. Today is Monday. It's a brand new day, first working day in the week, and it is the 26th of May, of course. Good to go. It is the 26th of May. We're coming up shortly. Let's pause here and bring you to this edition of the Fact Check segment from Local Voices.
Good day and welcome to the Fact Check segment. This segment debunks disinformation and provides the verified facts of statements made online and on the radio. On May 22, Stanton Waterspoon, the lead host of the Spoon Talk on Spoon FM and TV, claimed that in the 2024 National Budget Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force, ARPT received US $1,050,000 to support its operations. ARPT was established by the Liberian government through an executive order to trace, recover, and return stolen or illegally acquired public assets. It operates as part of the Buaka's administration anti-corruption efforts, working with key institutions to ensure accountability and transparency. Mr. Witherspoon was questioning the task force performance after receiving the amount he claimed was US $1,050,000 in 2024. To fact check if I received US $1,050,000 in 2024, we reviewed the approved 2024 national budget published by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. A review of the 2024 budget shows that US $750,000 was allocated for the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force in 2024. Based on this, we conclude that the claim made by Stanton Waterspoon that ARPT received US $1,050,000 in 2024 is misleading. The 2024 approved budget shows that ARPT received an appropriation of US $750,000 and not US $1,050,000 as claimed by Mr. Waterspoon. On May 21, Emmanuel Tukpa, a regular caller on talk shows, claimed on the OKFM afternoon conversation that former President George Weah dismissed Eugene Fangon, former Deputy Minister of Information, for disrespecting a lawmaker. Emmanuel made a claim while frowning on recent happenings in the House of Representatives. He was comparing President Buaka's handling of the legislative impasse with how former President Weah handled issues involving the legislature. To fact-check this claim, research informed many publications on President Weah's decision to dismiss Mr. Fagon of his post as Deputy Minister of Information. Our search found that in May 2019, former President Weah suspended then Deputy Minister of Information Eugene Fangon for what the executive mansion termed as divisive politicking or tribalism. However, we found a June 23, 2021 executive mansion post on President Weah relieving Mr. Fangon of his post. The executive mansion in the post further that Mr. Fagon's removal was as a result of spreading false information regarding the government's response to COVID-19 pandemic that was ravaging the country at the time. Based on this, we conclude that Emmanuel Tukpa's claim that former President Weah dismissed then Deputy Information Minister Eugene Fangon for disrespecting a lawmaker is misleading. Publications review shows that Mr. Fangon was dismissed for information he spread about the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, cherished listeners, this is all we have time for on this edition of the Fact Check segment. This segment is part of an MOU between Local Voices Liberia and OKFM, Prime FM, and Kia Radio to counter disinformation to help the public make informed decisions. This MOU is funded by the Liberia Media Empowerment Project, implemented by Internews with funding from the European Union. The funder or partner had no say in the editorial decision leading to the production of this Fact Check segment. We will be back on Wednesday with more Fact Check reports to help you know the facts. But if you want us to fact check a claim for you, you can kindly send us a text through WhatsApp on 0777 556296 and we will fact check for you. Also follow us on Facebook at Local Voices Liberia, on X, formerly Twitter at LVO Fact Check, or better still visit our website at www.localvoicesliberia.com. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thanks to the team at Local Voices Liberia for today's edition of the Fact Check segment. On to the BBC, where Joseph Kabila, the former president of the Democratic Republic of Congo, has lashed out at the government of his successor, calling it a dictatorship. The 53-year-old made a 45-minute speech live on YouTube on Friday evening from an unspecified location in a day after the Senate lifted his immunity from prosecution. DR Congo's authorities intend to charge the former president with treason and war crimes, linking him to the Rwandan-backed M23 rebels who have taken control of several towns in East. Kabila, in power between 2001 and 2019, said he had broken his silence because he felt the unity of the country was at stake. Analysts say any try of Kabila could further destabilize the country, which has been battling the M23 rebellion since 2012. The government of President Philip Tshisekedi has not responded to the speech in which Kabila also set out a 12-point plan that he said could help end decades of insecurity in the mineral-rich east of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's go to our Facebook page, OKFM 99.5 and OKTV, and appreciate some of the people, even though very far away, but who usually join us in the morning. Martin Lau has joined us. Fasu Dunson is watching. UJ David is watching. Brown and C. Aaron V. Fanel Tiet. Martin Willie. Tali Arini Sop has joined us. UJ David. Edmond Gibson. Tano Fogba. And all these people who've joined us, would like to say thanks to all of you for always joining us. Infrem B. Wallace. Alex Mofaga. When Pele man say Mofaga, ask any Pele man what it means. He ask any Pele man or Pele woman. Alex, good morning. Where are you joining us from? Are you in Swakoko or are you in the Banga? His last name is very interesting in the Pele vernacular. Mofaga. Mano man say Bileke. Mofaga Bileke. Adaman Lami Toure, Preston Atia is following. P. Isotali is also joining us. Amara Sanor and Mohamed Kenen. All of you, man. Good morning to all of you. Thanks to the different team participating in the that's the Kabila tournament on the Jacob field. Yesterday, the Sheriff defeated the Soiree in a grand soccer match. My friend Sekou Kalasco Demaro was there. He played for his side. They didn't win. They won 1-0. He did what he could do, but that's it. The Kabila tournament over there, is gaining a lot of momentum. The different families, the Keita, our family, the Dukle, and all these people. And I was telling my friends, why am I a Dukle in the Mandingo or amongst the Mandingo names? I was telling them, why am I a Dukle? Explaining my life story, coming up as a child and the role the late Mr. Dukle play in our upbringing. But it's okay. Okay, so we are here this morning and too many things to talk about. And sometimes people say, Clarence, you people talk about it, you ain't talk about it other thing. I can understand. It is generally believed that sometimes we will have to talk about almost everything in the country. But just know that it's not possible. Sometimes, if you don't have a commanding authority of what you want to talk about or what people think you should talk about, the best thing to do is to let go. Because you want to talk about something that you know about, that you got evidence on, that you've spoken to sources about, that you've checked and counter-checked and you verified. It's something you trust. And you're talking those kinds of things. You talk with authority. A lot of things are happening, and a lot of things happened last week. But outside of the country, I wanted to let you know the Liberia's ambassador, extraordinary and plenipotentiary to France and other nations, Dr. Tico Toze Yole, have met with Madame Fernanda Colho, Deputy Secretary General at the Portuguese Republic's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. At that meeting, Dr. Yole, our country's ambassador, young ambassador, presented a very clean copy of his letter of credence. And I know for onward submission to the president of that country, that is the procedure. So you are appointed ambassador, you do all the formalities in your country, you go abroad, you are there not as an ambassador, yet you have to meet with the foreign minister of the country or his or her designee and present a copy of your letter of credence, and then they will set the time for you to officially present your letter of credence to the president of that country. And so Dr. Yole has done that. He did that a few days ago. And so today, Monday, May 26, Dr. Tico Toze Yole will have the honor to present his letters of credence to His Excellency Marcelo Nuno Duterte Rebelo de Sousa, the President of the Republic of Portugal, or the Portuguese Republic, as Liberia's Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary. Dr. Yole will present his letter of credence today. Now, once the letter of credence is presented, normally the Minister of Foreign Affairs of that country will announce the ambassador. Your Excellency, Mr. President, welcome. This is the ambassador. Even at that stage, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Portuguese Republic will not announce Dr. Yole as Liberia's ambassador to that country. He or she, diplomacy is so unique. They will talk behind closed door, and then Tico Yole will remain behind few steps a little bit, and then the foreign minister or the designated president will walk in where the country's president is seated, and he or she will announce the arrival of Dr. Yole, but he or she will say, I now announce the arrival of Liberia's ambassador designate. Liberia's ambassador designate to the Portuguese Republic. Why is he still designate? Because he has not presented his letters of credence to the president. So the foreign minister will move in and announce, Your Excellency, Mr. President, it is my pleasing duty or my honor to announce the arrival of Liberia's ambassador designate to the Portuguese Republic. Tico Yole will walk in and formally and officially present his letter of credence to the president. Thereafter, we'll have the regular chat. Maybe you want to know a little bit about Dr. Yole, and why in Liberia, what are some of the things he was involved with, and then Dr. Yole would deliver a special message from His Excellency President Joe Boakai, who is the chief foreign policy architect of our country, expressing the president's commitment to work with the Portuguese Republic. Dr. Yole will seize the moment. He's a smart young guy. He will seize the moment, to talk a little bit about some of the progress the country is making. Because you have to make your case now. And I say, well, first impression is very important. So the first day you go to present your letter of credence, and in most cases, the host president is sitting and he will respond, but he will pay serious attention, listening to you. Envisioning or imagining some of the things you've not said. And he's over there watching everything. The way you sit, the way you are talking, your expression, the way you face him, and all these things he's watching, and he's just looking at you. And I have no reason to doubt that Dr. Yole will be on top of his game. Present Liberia's case very well, and then the host president will respond, accepting to work with him, expressing, the Portuguese Republic's unflinching commitment to work with Liberia. And that's normal. At that moment, from there, now he can be called Liberia's ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary to France and the Portuguese Republic. That is it. 8 o'clock this morning, I will talk to Robert Monsieur Bale via telephone from the United Kingdom. Today is the launch of Liberia's re-election bid to the International Maritime Organization Council and the significance thereof. Robert Bale will be talking to us on the show. Lest you forget, June 3rd, Liberia's election. Liberia will go for election for a non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. The election is closing tomorrow. The campaign, rather. The campaign should be closing tomorrow, the 27th of May. I'm very sure of that. And Liberia will go to the election. We hope we're going to win to get seated on that global stage. We hope Liberia is also going to get re-admitted, in my word, to the Maritime Council. All of these things are good things. And like I said, sometimes when these things are happening for the country, it's good for us to put aside everything and just celebrate it and wish all the best, Okay, so last week, the former First Lady of Liberia, Nancy Doe, family announced her death. And former President Weah issued a statement of condolence to the family. And what is believed to be a statement from Mami Doe later resurfaced, expressing shock that the former president would write in such a manner, and all the other controversies about it on Facebook and everything. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm generally going to talk about something. During the last regime, I used to say something. And probably I will always say it until the day I leave active journalism or active radio work to do something else. Maybe to make my garden or something else. During the past regime, I've always said this. If you are given the opportunity to work in the government, you are young, you have all the zest, the energy, the tenacity, and everything in you. And if you think you're not going to get old at some point, then you got to be joking. Look at your pa, look at your mom. Think about the time you were young, 10, 20 years ago, how your father was, and how is he now? And your mom, and how is she now too? If you are a young professional person working in the government, and you are not, probably you are in privileged positions, and you are not able to make the requisite changes, using the law to make the requisite changes, so that when you get old tomorrow, my brother, I wish you well. I wish you well. I know you will get confirmed. I was going to start calling you Mr. Minister. When you get old tomorrow, don't blame anybody for the way life will treat you. The people who work for this country, some of them 30 years, some of them 40 years, some of them up to 50 years, some of them 45 years. The way we treating them now, I'm talking about we as the system. Maybe not a particular government, but because a particular government is not or has not been able to put in place the policies and the measures. That's why they are the way they are. The way we treat our former government officials, the way we treat our former elders, the way we treat our former civil servants, or our former workers, if you like, the way we treat them now will determine and pave the way for the way we are treated tomorrow. No, you never heard me. The people who have retired from the government, the people who are retiring from the government, some of them served the country for 40 years, 45 years, 30 years, 50 years. The way the system is treating them now, in terms of what benefits they're getting and everything, is how the system will treat us tomorrow if we who are in the positions now to make the relevant changes do not make these changes. You know, I sat there the other day, and a lot of people will do that to me. Most of the time people come here to see me. An old man usually come here with his daughter. Now he be able to walk using stick and all the kind of thing. The old man say LEC retire him, but he not get a retirement benefit. When he go there, he understands somebody went there. They say that somebody took a benefit. Even though I told him, I say, oh man, it's very difficult for you to retire and somebody else take your benefit. But consistently, almost 2 weeks, that old man will come here. Clarence, you got to talk for me. You got to talk to the LEC people. You got to call around. You got to call. Oh man. Liberia is one of the only countries, careful with my words, I don't want to say only country. Liberia is one of the only countries where when you retire a Omolole, you have committed a crime. When you retire, you have committed a crime. Look, this morning, you know what I would do? I decided not to invite any guests on the show. Other than talking to Robert Pala and maybe talking to Franklin Dolokwi, I will take some time to hear from people. So you have a picture of what I'm talking about. At some point, I will open the lines for people who are retired from the government. People who serve the government for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Let them explain. I want you to hear them. Let them tell you what they are getting back as retirement benefit, their pension benefit or whatever. How much they're making every month. Let them tell you so you can hear it. We are one of the only countries. In other countries, people can be wishing for retirement. People can want to retire fast because it is believed that when you retire at the time you can benefit from the country, but not Liberia. But look around and see how we treat our former officials. Look around. Look around how we treat our former officials. In some of the counties, the former superintendents are not even regarded. They're having development meeting, other meetings, they don't even regard them. They don't call them. It's like, my man, you said that your time finished, you go. The other person comes and said that we're not setting any, we're not putting in place systems. Look, if the system is not put in place for us to treat former presidents well, our former presidents will always complain. And if you think you're president of the country and the former president is complaining about the salary, the benefit, about respect and things, and you think you won't listen to it, but you will become former president too. And the way you will treat the current former presidents or former president is the same way the other president will treat you when you become former. Because as a matter of fact, one day everybody will be former. Everybody, including me. At some point, I will have to leave the radio. People were here, they left. We are here, we will leave. That's it about life. If you are a former if you were former vice president, for example, or you were former president, and all the time the other former president then cry about their benefit, their salary, this day, you after that day, you didn't have time for you former now. How do you expect the system to automatically change in your favor? If you are the current president now, or the current vice president now, in the case of Jeremiah Kuhn and Joseph Boakai, if you do not fix the system in a way that former presidents and vice presidents will benefit from what the law say they should benefit and benefit those benefits on time, remember you'll be former president and vice president. The way you're treating the other former people now will determine what treatment they give you when you have left. Look, Clarence, they said told them were yeah. they begin from a first lady. Joel Howard Taylor then was the king. They begin from a first lady. Just yesterday, Claire Marie Deconti Weir was here as first lady. We calling her former first lady now. You take it, you leave it, you like it, you not like it. Katomu Boakai will be former first lady. Even if Joseph Boakai goes to re-election, he won another 6 years, 12 years will finish. She will be former first lady. The treatment you are giving other former officials now, it's like you are fixing it for your future. It's like you are fixing the system for your future, and that no other government hasn't fixed it. It means this government can fix it. So sometimes you hear people cry, oh, the other person, I get my benefit, I get my benefit. But when you were there, what did you do to make sure other people got their benefits on time? People complaining when they get retired. What some of them makes, they can't even sustain them for the month. Are we sitting and saying, you know what? I think we need to look at our laws again. And that is the reason why when you go to some ministry and agency, some of the old people, when they say they come in retired, they can come down with stroke straight. By the time they say they come in retired, pressure can grab them. They get sick because they won't retire. Because they know what it means to retire in Liberia. In the Liberian context, when they say you come in retire, we come in pension you, they know what it means. So nobody wants to get retired. By the time if the man is supposed to get retired in August this year, by the time we get in the May, now we're coming get in June, the man start getting sick. The man is imagining, he's thinking. All the years. Some of these people started working as cadets. Some of the people went to these ministries and agencies as cadets. They have served many ministers. Some of them have worked so hard for Liberia. Some of them work at the Freeport of Monrovia when we did not have many technicians in the country. They used all their youthful age, their energy, their everything for the country. Some of them were police officers. Some of them immigration. Some of them served the military. Some of them civil service. Some of them different capacities. Some of them were the only people trained at that time to represent Liberia. They came back here, they served these different institutions. They are retired today. Check them out. Some of them are in wheelchair. Nobody cares. Because as a matter of fact, we're in a cycle. It's supposed to be moving. And you think you're not going to get old? Your own could be worse. If you cannot do anything today to change the system, your own could be worse. Because no matter what, there are laws on the book that prescribe retirement. What constitutes it? Some of it, when you serve a particular institution for 25 years, you're deemed retired, you're supposed to leave. When you are reached the age of 60, you're supposed to leave. There are laws on our books. So you like it or you not like it, you will leave. You can even be director general now. That time coming, you will also leave, my brother. So if you not fix this system now, when that time comes, it will be late. You will complain here, you will complain here. Nobody will care. Nobody will care about you. And we're doing absolutely nothing. That's why I said this morning, I will open the lines so you can hear from the people. Yeah. I will open the line so you can hear from the people. So you can hear from the people. So many things. So let's move on. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. No system. People getting old. They're all around the place. They're almost looking at they begging for what they are entitled to. How can you work for your country for 35, 40 years? Only by the time you retire, then you become capital A beggar. You become capital A beggar. Yeah. You become real beggar. That's the country we are. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about the Aaron Snow situation versus the government. People from Bow, people die. People can die because they can't get a retirement benefit. They get old, they get sick, and they die. Some of them die from pressure. They die from stroke. As if to even serve your country is a crime. And nobody doing anything to change most of these laws. But when you turn former, then you cry, oh, the people don't get our benefit. I deserve it. This is why they lost it. But when you were there too, you made sure other people got it. Other people you succeeded got it. Or your eye can only shine on the law when you are not there again. Okay. So let's move on. And that is the reason why, this is one reason I'm responsible for the too much corruption in the country. Too much. Because we're not putting in place measures and policies. So when people serve government position, they think that it is the time. After all, when I retire, I know they will not give me anything. In fact, you must say when I retire, some people will be laughing at me. They will be saying all kinds of things to me. So, what I will do, my producer Blessing will have to come in. What I will do, I will ensure that I corrupt to the extent that when I leave. Okay, so let me read the statement from the government. The government issued a statement, and Aaron Snow issued a statement. And at some point, Aaron Snow says he was returning to the country immediately, disembarking from the ECOWAS mission, and all these things. The government of Liberia. What is also making me happy is that I'm hearing that the government of Liberia has paid the 1.4 million United States dollars to a company in Cameroon to facilitate the shipment of military equipment valued $20 million. We spoke a lot about the military equipment, yeah. When the government did not want to send the money, or probably they were acting like it forgot. But the good thing is that, so what we'll do, because I want to discuss the letter with Snow and the government and discuss it very well before we talk to other issues and people make calls, don't worry. We're not having guests at 8, from 8 to 9. From around 8:30, we'll do special calls for certain things at certain point. 9 o'clock, Ambassador Sheikh, can we? No, I'll tell you what will happen 9. I wanted to bring Sheikh on, but I will tell you what will happen at 9. I think I just need to stress this thing. So let me talk to Raul Monsiokpare. By the time I get through with him, then we can go to the snow letter and all these things. So because I want it to remain on when the people call and those kinds of things. Yeah. So that's it. So that's the point. That's why people are corrupt, because we do not have a system. When I say we do not have a system, we have systems, yeah. But what are they even working in the context of serving benefits and all these things? So I was saying, I'm hearing that the government has made available the $1.4 million to get these military equipment for Liberia. It's not just guns and war boats and all the kind of thing. No, there are a lot of other materials in the equipment or among the equipment. There are bulldozers, there are road building equipment, there are jeeps, there are pickups and other things. So it's a good thing. Kudos to the government. When we get this equipment here, it will help our military. Imagine, the AU say, look, we got, after the chief of staff, when they made our case, did a lot of background. The people say, remember, we got $20 million worth of equipment here. And then to carry the equipment, you need some 1.4 for transportation and all the kind of things. And it took almost a year. We could not even afford that money. But thank God now we have the money. I'm told the people have sent the money, and so these equipment are going to come. Let me go to Nima County. And talk to Franklin Dolokwi. I will leave the snow discussion with the government until we take Raul Monsiokpare. When we let him go, then we can read that thing and have. That's why people becoming rich overnight. Because the man said this somewhere, the man say want to retire while we get it. Well, then let me get to my own. Let me talk to Franklin. Good morning, Franklin. How are you?
Praise God, Clarence. Good morning.
How is everything, my friend?
Well, we praise God, but I'm getting ready to go for the conference where there will be a huge gathering here today. They are carrying on awareness. So I'm getting ready to go there to see what will happen next.
Who's carrying on awareness for what?
It's Malcolm Joseph, then they are here to carry on.
The Center for Media Studies and Peace Building. Okay, Malcolm Joseph. Franklin, you are telling me that an NGO constructed one school somewhere in Nimba or Ganta, and the government has rejected the school. What happened?
Like you rightly said, this school was to be referred to as a vocational school. It's a World Bank sponsored project. According to Minister Yake Fokpa, the MGO in question said they completed this technical building, and a high power delegation from the Minister of Education. They were here over the weekend where they are going to receive this 1.7 million USD World Bank funded project. That's a school. But the ministry through the government have already rejected this illegal building on ground that they refer to it as a substandard project, and they have vowed not to make use of this illegal building because the NGO took the key to turn the key over that all the thing with the project. The Minister of Fakpa said no, they rejected it. So as we speak, we don't know government next plan yet, but the building, it was to delegate the building, but the government is saying that the building is substandard.
Yeah, so Yake Fokpa is the Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Education. Yeah, why did the ministry say the project is substandard? Which part of Ganta was it being, or is it being constructed or whatever?
Yeah, it's around a child-friendly school, so it's child-friendly around Fancy Manuel Public School that been referred to as child-friendly. So it's around a Fancy Manuel Public School. So they say it was an annex and was to be 10 or as a vocational school where children from either 9 free or 10 free. Those that are being able to complete high school will make use of this vocational school. But the government said no, even though government borrowed this money from World Bank, and in return, government will be forced to pay this money, and they can allow you to carry on a sustainable project for us to accept it. So government rejected the project, and the NGO too in question is here to maybe receive the key. So they left the key on ground like the NGO to screaming out, oh, we're finished with the project. Government to say no, the project is substandard.
Wow. I think I need to reach out more to Minister Yeke. But was he very practical about what he called a substandard? Are there facilities that are supposed to be part of the original plan that are not part of it?
He said there was some facility, including even the color of the pin that was used for this. He said, "Oh, this is a government school across the country. That like you see this, pin." The NGO too is screaming that before we can even use a pin, we engage the ministry, and the ministry gave us the go ahead. The minister said no. We have no knowledge of that. So there are there's a lot of facility was to be on this building, but the facility or the structure, the design they use is not really conducive for the ministry to use it.
Okay, Franklin, we'll leave you there. Franklin Dolokwi is our Nima County correspondent. He's reporting that the government of Liberia, through the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Education, has rejected a school because they think that oh wow, what a day. My technicians are reporting, unfortunately, my friends, my technicians are reporting that we'll have to shut down the entire broadcast because of huge technical issues. I really don't know what's going on over there. Let me see what I'm here. We can make some amends. But let me talk to Robert Monsiokpale very shortly. Let me see what I can talk to Robert Bale very, very shortly. But my friends, my technicians are advising that we shut down the broadcast immediately because of technical issues. Zizi just sending me back-to-back texts. I don't know what's going on. Ambassador Bale, good morning. It's good to have you. Good morning. Welcome to OKFM.
Very good morning to you, Clarence, and very good morning to fellow citizens back home and those in the diaspora. It's really a pleasure to join you this morning. It's a pretty sunny, wonderful day in London, so thank you for having me.
Okay, Bale, and thanks for the wonderful job you continue to do for state and people, man. We are hearing today is the launch of our country's bid for re-election to the ROM Council. But firstly, I want you to tell us, what is this International Maritime Organizations Council and how is it so important?
Well, so the International Maritime Organization Council constitutes 50 members. But Liberia is profoundly pleased to be in Category A, constituting 10 countries. And Liberia is the only African country that sits at that echelon of the council. Now, the significance of being a council member or sitting at the echelon of Category A, Liberia automatically has the opportunity to influence major global maritime decision. As you may be aware, global maritime constitutes close to 85 or 90% of global trade. And so that significantly puts Liberia in global diplomacy, contingent on the fact that global maritime is critical, is global economic security. Liberia joined the IMO since 1949 as a founding member. Since we joined, we've been very, very active. We've been very, very productive, very efficient and effective. Our membership over the years continued to demonstrate wonderful leadership. Currently, Liberia is the biggest ship registry with over 5,000 vessels. Liberia chairs the MEPC, which is one of the most essential and critical committee, which has the responsibility to govern the marine space, the ocean, the sea, to ensure that vessels apply the ocean with a great sense of caution for marine environment safety and protection. Liberia is involved with all of the committee's work, all of the subcommittees' work, working groups. So we continue to demonstrate leadership from plenary to working groups to subcommittees. So one of the benefits that Liberia stand to record as being a council member, you have the opportunity, because don't forget what we are trying to do now with maritime is to domesticate maritime. We will not just rely on ship registry,